This evening at about 8:40 p.m., two officers from our patrol division were in a marked black and white patrol vehicle southbound on Airline when they saw a black pickup truck driving in excess of rate of speed. They started pacing the suspect vehicle and then they started running the vehicle. When suddenly in the, I believe there's a 7400 block of Airline, you see the taco truck behind us. The suspect pulled into the parking lot, stopped right adjacent to the taco truck, and came out with a semi-automatic pistol to rob the taco truck. Unbeknownst to him, there was a marked black and white behind him that had not even initiated a traffic stop yet. The officers immediately engaged the suspect, ordered him to drop the gun, and at one point both officers discharged their weapons at the suspect. Once the suspect was secured, the officers administered CPR and continued to render CPR until the arrival of Houston Fire Department. Houston Fire Department personnel transported the individual, who was a male Hispanic, about 30 to 35 years of age. We have not identified him, to the hospital. I believe he went to Ben Taub, where he was pronounced and unfortunately, sadly, lost his life. At the same time that this was going on, we are investigating a second incident across the street that may be another robbery involving some other suspects, and we haven't confirmed all the details of that, but that's why you're seeing all the activity behind you. Internal Affairs is here. Our Special Investigations Unit is here that will conduct a criminal investigation. Internal Affairs will conduct administrative investigation. The Houston Forensic Science Center is here that will help us process the scene. And the District Attorney's Office Civil Rights Division is here as well. Both officers have about 4 years on the job. One has about 4 years on the job, the other one about 5.5 years on the job. They will be placed on administrative leave pending this investigation. And our training division is here. We bring our training division to look at any lessons that we can learn to be able to do this more safely in terms of engaging these violent criminals, these violent suspects, and to keep our officers and our community safe. Like we've been saying, power's out to a lot throughout our city. People are hurting. Our men and women are coming out every night. We've told our community we're going to continue to do everything that we can to keep them safe. And this is, crime doesn't stop. And it just illustrates the challenges we face. But again, both officers had their body-worn camera on, and it did capture the incident. And so with that, I'm going to open it up to any questions, and if you want anything in Spanish, let me know. But the investigation is just starting here of this officer-involved shooting. I want to thank our command staff and all of our officers that since Sunday have been working nonstop to keep America's fourth largest city and Texas's biggest city safe. As bad as things have been because of this weather event, it has not stopped the Houston Police Department, and we're fully deployed and fully engaged in protecting this community. With that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Chief, just talk to us about the due diligence of your officers to observe this and then follow, and just talk to us about that.
Our officers. There's a big discussion in this country about policing needs to be better, and they're right. We always want to do better. But there's also a discussion about our cops not wanting to work because they're afraid to get in trouble. And I can just tell you in Houston, our officers, despite the fact that we have the same number of officers that we had 22 years ago, for a city that has grown by over 500,000 residents, has grown to about 670 square miles. Those officers continue to work. They continue to engage violent criminals. They continue to engage people that will wreak havoc on our community. And this is just an illustration that at 1 second they're following a suspect in a vehicle that's speeding. They anticipate making a traffic stop, and as they pull in behind, they observe on view this suspect come out armed with a pistol to rob some hardworking people of their cash. And sadly, he's died, but it just illustrates that there's a lot of bad actors out here.
What were the officers doing there at the time?
They were on patrol. They actually spotted the vehicle coming southbound on Airline at a high rate of speed. They started following it, pacing it to get a pace on it. They started running it, and before they initiated a traffic stop, he turned into the parking lot, stopped right by the taco truck, came out with the gun, and then the officers pulled in behind in full uniform and engaged the suspect. Again, we have body-worn camera footage, and we have quite a few witnesses that witnessed the entire matter. And I'm glad that the DA's office, consistent with their protocols, are here. They will now join our officers as they conduct a voluntary walkthrough with prosecutors to explain their actions and to show what occurred, and which just says that our officers cooperate, and we're very proud of that.
Was there anyone else in the truck?
No, it was a solo male driver, about 30 to 35 years of age, and we don't have him identified yet.